Following a baby loss, society is seen to support mum, everything is focused on her, but men grieve too. We notice in our job that often the dad may say, if she's okay then I'm okay, but we know this isn't true, and we know there is a need for support. The Honeysuckle Team is the bereavement team at Liverpool Women's Hospital. We provide advice and support for families following pregnancy loss, stillbirth and early neonatal death. Everything we do is based on feedback from families. We always ask them how we can improve. And one of the dads said, why not set up a football team? And we thought, you know what, that's a great idea. And again, we contacted the LFC Foundation.
Bereavement, it's a unique thing that people go through, but then when you throw in on top of that the fact that it's a baby, obviously that hits home a lot harder. And yeah, I think men are guilty of having that macho image and feeling the pressure to be the strong one, when actually that grieving process needs to happen before you're in any fit state to be able to support others. You need to support yourself as well. It's not selfish, it's sensible. And I think we're in a unique position to offer, you know, plug into people's interests with the football side of things as well. And it's a little bit more of an organic process of fellas coming together because of the football, really.
The aim of the group is to bring men together, for it to be a safe place where they can come, they can talk. They don't have to talk if they want to, but they just need to feel the support that they get from one another. This has been a dream for a long time, and the first session we were excited about the opportunity that this was bringing, but also we were apprehensive. Will it go right? Is it what the dads want? So I think we were really excited, but also a little bit nervous about where it was going to go and was it going to achieve what we wanted it to achieve.
I was over the moon to find out that there was going to be some sort of support for men going forward. From the journey that I've been through, to have that confidence to think, yeah, I'm a bereaved dad, and that's my son, that's my daughter, that's my child, and I will talk about them. To hear like different opportunities, and even though no football was being played, it had a starting point. There was a need for it, there was a want. I jokingly said to Marie years ago, just get us in a pub, that's it, get us in a pub. I know obviously the logistics, we can't get in a pub, but it's the same concept, get us in a room together, get us talking.
I didn't really know that the football thing was happening, it was Sean who told me, and when I heard about it, I instantly thought it was an amazing idea. It should have been done years ago, but I was excited to go, and I was looking forward to it. I wanted to go to show support for them, to show like I'm here. And I think I felt at some stage as well, I felt a bit awkward because some dads are only just going through their loss, and I didn't want to have to, like, first few sessions I felt bad like speaking about my family that I've got now, but then you come past that stage where you think they need to listen to that, because some of them could be struggling being, oh, it's never going to happen again, you're never going to, and it was just nice to see other dads there.
If you're on your own and you've lost a child, you're dealing with that in your own sort of little cocoon, if you like, and then to get the opportunity and the bravery to come together, it's going to create camaraderie, they're going to support each other, and I think that connection, that'll form a bond that'll hopefully carry on for months and years to come.
She basically booted me out the door the night. She was like, you go in, if you don't, just go once for me, if you don't like it, you don't have to go again. I was like, right, whatever, I'll just go. I was a bit shocked by how many people were there at first, because you kind of, what's dead strange about this type of grief, you think it's just you, because your whole world's just imploded, but it turned like, there's so many others. And what I liked most about it was there were people there that were so much further on than me. And to see that they have not completely fallen apart, it was such a huge boost, because it's like, actually, right, there's a way forward from this. Like, you're not going to forget about it, you're not going to move on, but you can move forward with your grief, and they look pretty happy, so I guess they're doing all right, kind of thing.
It was cold.
Sorry boys, it's off.
Worst weather that we've had so far.
Obviously, from a professional point of view, we had to say, listen, at the health and safety side of things, not that we wanted to, I was dreading it all day.
I said to him, I just went, it's not.
We'll do anything just to get this going.
Phone the pits and say, the Power League, and tell them, we'll have the pitch and we'll pay for it.
There was a little bit of adverse weather conditions, to say the least, but we decided to go for it, and I'm so glad that we managed to get it up and running that day.
Yeah, eventually it did get approved and we got to play, and yeah, I was made up.
That's what football's about, isn't it? You know, group of lads playing, having a laugh, no matter what, you know, it was incredible.
And I think it was through that sheer determination of getting it over the line on that night, just seeing everybody turning up in them sorts of conditions, it was like, yeah, this is needed. And I even think there was about 12 or 13 on the first night in the snow and ice. And it was just great. And then just after having a good old chin wag, which is basically what we need to do.
We talk about talking as key. We talk about our changing room chats, as we call it. I don't profess this to be something, you know, groundbreaking. As men, we are relatively simple creatures. Give us a dressing room, that camaraderie comes naturally, I think, and that's incredibly powerful and helpful for people, whether they're early on in their journey experiencing baby loss and their bereavement, or they're at the other end of the scale and you know, they've now got a family of their own, and you've got that happier side of the story as well. And those two sort of marry together in a way that it does give people hope, and it gives people the idea that, yeah, this is a really rubbish situation, but it doesn't have to be a permanent one.
So I think obviously Mark's run it in Andy, and I think it was Andy couldn't get there one week, so they were asking, look, can anybody fill in and can anybody go and assist Mark for this, for Honeysuckle? I went down, I thought, yeah, definitely. So for me, it's football, it's men having a chat and stuff, which is, I'm a big advocate of that, through the mental health as well. And I went down and absolutely loved it. The lads were amazing, you know, the camaraderie, the togetherness, and also how important it is to them as well. You know, it's there one day every week. It's all about them, whatever makes them put a smile on their face through obviously devastating times that they've been through. Whatever we can do to help them on that night and in the dressing room is what it's all about.
It was weird because you saw this thing happen where you'd naturally start talking about it. That's where I really started the first time opening up about it. And I remember coming away from it and actually I was like, that was really good. Like the football was, yeah, fine, but I was like, actually I spoke to quite a few people, they told me their story. It was such a boost, because at the time Alice and I were in a position where it did not feel like it was ever going to get better, because you just, genuinely, I can't even explain the grief. So to have that kind of boost, just so grateful for it.
Some people didn't talk through pits and peaks, which is fine. It's not there to say you've got to talk, but then to see like a couple of weeks later them dads opening up, and it just shows them that they've got the trust of that group, and that we all trust each other really. And it says bond of love, which is their motto, and I think we've definitely all got that, and more really.
Made up for the lads and the volunteers in particular, because without them this wouldn't exist. Without the lads who, you know, came up with the idea and put it to the Honeysuckle team, Andy overseeing it all, and Chris and Bryn, who are involved heavily and bring so much to the group. But definitely the dads, to be honest with you. That award was for them and their families. It's an incredibly special thing. and it needs shouting about, because these men, these dads, these granddads, these brothers, you name it, these uncles, the bravery that they show in sharing their stories of grief and loss, and the hope that, you know, they offer each other and support, it is unique. And yeah, the awards, it was nice.
Marie and Pauline who run Honeysuckle, which, listen, they're amazing people. Marie comes into the changing rooms as well. She's always there for support for them. You know, the award night at the Titanic, we could see how important it was to her. Not for her, but for what she's doing and helping other people. And she's a credit to herself, and she's a credit to Honeysuckle and Pauline as well. Where can it go to? It can go as far and as high and as big as it wants to. And we need to, you know, make people aware of what's available for the men, what's been put on in their areas. And up and down the country, there must be thousands, tens of thousands, millions. So the more people that can know that there is help there if they need it for them and their families, the better.
I think the journey is a life journey, and we'll see men who might have lost children 20 years ago that have never had the opportunity to grieve, as some women haven't. And I'm not sure how we can capture them, but I know that through sport, men talk more. And when we see sports people that have had loss, that talk about it, people recognise and think, actually it's okay for me now to have that emotion.
Probably wear it to sleep, wear it to work. It's probably not going to come off me, to be honest, but I'll wear it with pride, that's for sure. Full name on the back, date of birth on the number, which is also today's date, which is a bit of a strange coincidence, but it means a lot. It makes it more real, a bit more personal for me, so it's quite an important day.
The closer I was getting here, the more I was like, oh, I was apprehensive and excited all in the same kind of tube nails off to high heaven driving up, and now they're actually here. It's amazing.
Over the moon. Wasn't expecting them to be as good as what they are. You see pictures, but you don't see obviously the final product until now, and yeah, amazing.
Could only dream about this being started as well as what it has been.
I thought it was just going to be a kick about it. I didn't think it was going to be as powerful as it genuinely is. It's unbelievable.
The Honeysuckle team, and then thanking obviously the foundation. They don't get given enough credit for the work they do. To do what they do, it's amazing.
The sky's the limit with this, but it's just building it up and doing it the right way. That's important. Instead of just going gung-ho, I think the more we build it up, but it's all dictated by the lads, and obviously Marie has a big say as well in what her ideas are, and we'll just try and accommodate that and try and do as best as we can.
The dream is to hopefully other bereavement services, other bereavement midwives, other football clubs, you know, this should act as the blueprint, because it's worthy of that.
There's been friendships formed, people have really bonded and glued together. The support they're giving each other is amazing. Some of them are really good at football as well. So yeah, it's amazing. I look to the future now and see what's next for Honeysuckle FC.
Loved it, absolutely brilliant, what a day. You know what I mean, it was really good having my little lad up coming to watch me play football. It was really good.
It's almost come full circle at the minute, from where it first started to where it's ended up at the minute now. It's just one little small step to carrying on now, yeah.
For what we were here for, I think we served its purpose, obviously playing for our babies and having our families here, which is the main reason really. The football's a bonus and the win's a bonus if you win, but it's one of them. We play footy, we've had a good time, and there's going to be plenty more in the future to play for, so it's just the beginning really.
You know, we still have different cultures of men from different backgrounds, but sport unites, and certainly football. So I think that this is absolutely the key to starting those conversations.